this week I'm going to look at two orchids in particular, the Dancer and the Queen. And first up we're going to look at the Dancer. And here we have Aliceara Tahitian Dancer. I've brought you out to the greenhouse to have a look at this lovely orchid here. It's the one in the middle. It's called Tahitian Dancer. And I'll bring you in closer in a minute. But just to explain, it doesn't actually live in the greenhouse because I don't have, you know, a warm greenhouse. I've just taken it out here to show it off in better light. But as we go in here, you can see that I've got 4 flower spikes this year. And here's the close-up of the flowers. It really is quite pretty. I believe one of the parents of this particular orchid was Oncidium sotoanum. So, well, that's nice because I own the mother or the father, whichever. So there's 2 flower spikes in here. 1, 2. And then there's another one up here, this tall one. And then there's a 4th one over here that only just opened today. So I was waiting until the final flower spike opened before showing it off to you. But I used to always stake this particular plant, but it never looked right because the stems are so slender that you couldn't have a stake that was thin enough. But since I've stopped doing that and just let it fall whatever way it wants to, it just looks a whole lot better, I think. So this is Tahitian Dancer. It's it's an intergenetic mix between various orchids, including Oncidium, and used to be Beleara, and well, I think it's a lovely one. So here's the Queen of Taiwan, and this particular cultivar is called Golden Monkey, and it's not hard to see why. She's got these gorgeous yellow tones in her, and I think it's just beautiful. The colours are really fantastic. But unfortunately the plant has suffered a little bit, and the petals, and particularly the sepals, have curled prematurely. I'm not quite sure what that's down to, but I think she probably needs a bit more moisture, a bit more humidity for next year. So hopefully when I report again next year, I'll have a different story to tell. Anyway, take a look at these flowers close up because they're really, really gorgeous. Hope that's in focus now. So BLC, Queen of Taiwan, Golden Monkey. And if you like this video and want to see more, then please don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching. And as a prologue to that video, there's been a very interesting development. Someone has lost their head. And surprise, surprise, it wasn't the dancer. Here's my Taiwan Queen, and she's been completely beheaded. What happened was that I'd known there was something wrong with that orchid for a while. The pseudobulbs had been shriveled, but it was in buds, so you know I didn't want to interfere with it. I didn't want to check out the roots and repot it. I let it flower. But after making that video and after looking at the flowers for a little while, I became increasingly concerned about it. So I tipped it out and repotted it. And you know, surprise, surprise, the roots weren't in very good nick at all. So I hope it rallies. And as you can see, the Dancer is still doing fabulously. She still looks gorgeous. And because I didn't mention it before, they both have scent. The Dancer has a very subtle scent. I'm not quite sure what it smells of. But yeah, anyway. And the Taiwan Queen has a really, really spicy punch to her. So that's kind of the opposite way around that you might have thought. But it really is, it's a gorgeous scent. So it's doing a super job here in the kitchen, kind of wafting around the place, even though the flowers aren't looking their best anymore. So that really does conclude my video about the Dancer and the Queen from two countries beginning with T, completely miles apart. Thanks for watching.